which you're appreciated, the way in which you're valued. There's a lot of big, but it's most importantly, it's returns on your investments. So anything that you've been investing in is going to flourish. Hello, Capricorn. My name is Kristen Simone Hansen, and welcome to SeaGoat Secrets. So, Capricorn, to give you a little bit of a background, I am Kristen, yet again, and I am a healer. Here, you are going to get a full rundown of the astrology for this full moon, and then after, I'm going to give you a card reading to further give you guidance on the energy of this new moon and how to navigate it. To further follow along in the future when it comes to moon videos and moon transits, here you can find these personalized calendars made specifically by me to bring into your space so you are aware of the moon transits and you can follow along ahead of time, and you have a full year rundown of what to expect and how it affects you directly as your Capricorn placement is. Keep in mind, these videos are made for all Capricorn placements, which means they are made for the entire collective, because all of us have some kind of Capricorn placement or 10th house placement in our birth chart. Speaking of that, let me know where you are in the world. Drop it in the comments. As you know, I am a global citizen, and I love to connect with all of you on a global and worldly level. Be sure to like and subscribe, and now let's get into this. So this Capricorn full moon is happening in your first house, Capricorn, and that is very transformational, very powerful, very intense, okay? We're starting the year with you. So we are in Capricorn season here with a Capricorn new moon, here with Capricorn in Mars. So we've got a lot of Capricorn going on. Capricorn's also still in Pluto, and so there's a lot of emphasis on you and your personal transformation. Many of you are going through some great finalized healing. Personally, I've been getting a lot of emails from you guys about the restoration, as in kind of finishing off on your healing process, how it is that you want to manifest to move forward. Some of you have also been inquiring about some of the other series that I'm starting about alchemizing your energy and manifesting in the future. Those are some really, really big projects that I'm excited to get into in the near future, but we will get into that later. Not in this video, but in a future video. But nonetheless, you guys have got a lot on your mind in terms of who it is that you want to be in the future now that you've gone through so much in your past. You're at the end of your healing stage, you've got a lot on your mind, and you know that you want to go somewhere, but you're not entirely sure about where it is that you want to go. But one thing you are sure about is who it is that you are. You're feeling more stable in your own personal identity than you have in a very long time. And all of this first house activation has you looking at yourself as clear as day. It's like the mirror is right in front of you, and you see yourself and you see who it is that you are, and you're looking right into your own eyes, and it's not up for debate how it is that you got here, which is great. It's powerful. One thing about you guys in the past, Pluto has tested you to make it so that you've had to let go of the things that are external to learn how to develop more on the internal, to separate from the values of your external representation of self and make it more internal. And now you're being relieved to basically get back in a space where you can focus on materialization, especially during this year, which is the 8th year. This is a big year for you because the 8th year is the Capricornian year, and it's all about building, rebuilding, reconstruction. And this is what's on your mind. So this full moon is good because it's not putting you in a bad emotional space. You're not going to be in a space where you're feeling really, really heavy emotionally, although the camera is on you, all eyes are on you, and most importantly, your own eyes, all of them are on you. But it's more like you're able to see yourself in a more positive light, and you want to make big movements forward. This moon is also trining with Jupiter. So we've got this moon trining with Mars, obviously, because Mars is in Capricorn, and that's going along with the Jupiter transit, which again, has a lot of serendipity moving in your favor. So you want to see something come into fruition, and Jupiter's like, what is it that you want to see? Whatever it is that you want to see, we can make happen, right? So you're putting your mind to things. I would say most importantly, practicalize them by creating vision boards, creating actual plans, writing things down and coming up with plans. And with Mercury being in Sagittarius, if you cannot see it in the moment, put out forms of guidance. Ask the universe for getting visualizations, clarity in your dreams, clarity in moments that you're walking through the day. You're now at a space where that visualized subconscious part of your brain is being heightened because of the Mercury in Sagittarius. So if you can't always practicalize it in a logical sense, the universe is on your side in being able to deliver a message for you so you can see it in a non-physical, non-literal way. Basically, in other words, the veil is very thin and you're not alone. Okay, so project what it is that you want and allow it to come to you. We've got a big emphasis on Libra as well with this moon transit because of what is going on with the Aries North Node, Libra in the South Node. So you're looking at your 10th house. Libra is your 10th house, and 10th house is Capricorn. So it's all about who it is that you are, how it is that you show up in the world. This is very individual for you. Yes, it's career, but it's more about how you, the individual, can transform and show up more authentically in your career and show up more authentically in your own life. You guys are now ready to take control of your life again. Life has felt like it's been out of your control for some time. It's felt like you were kind of at the whim of the universe. And now you're getting that control back and you want to see returns on your investments. So you want to see things moving forward, and maybe there are answers that you don't have, but you have all the momentum to see those things through. You're going through big personal transformation and letting, I would say more than anything, letting the past die in a lot of ways. The past is being put in the past. You've now been reborn, and you're really and truly the phoenix rising from the ashes during this season. And all of this change and transformation is going to have you in a really strong place in terms of your personal identity, especially by the end of the month. And so I would say in terms of practices that you can focus on, it's all about new beginnings. It's all about clarity of self. So I would say journal, write things down, as I said, a visual board, make ideas clear and practical about what it is that you want to see come through. With you, you are truly the magician right now. So if you want it, you've got it. If you want to create it, it's all in your favor. Okay? Don't try to overly ground your ideas in terms of trying to make them seem more tangible. Just go big. Say what it is exactly, say exactly what it is that you want and allow that to be born. Another big thing for you guys as well is allow other people to help you, allow other energies to come into you, expand with yourself, expand on the way that you show up in the world, expand on your personal image. You're feeling very introspective, mainly because you are very in love with yourself. And this moon is going to really have you looking deep within yourself on the most simplistic way. Just, again, a good look in the mirror. And on a much larger scale, you're looking at all that you've done. You're looking at your projects and seeing where it is that they can go. You've got big ideas and big downloads coming into you, especially when it comes to your career and how you want to expand in your career. So I would say the biggest thing is to channel that energy, move one step at a time, and make sure your ideas are tangible. All right, write them down, see the plans through. And if you don't have an answer, ask the universe for an answer. If you're afraid to ask the divine, ask someone in front of you. But the universe is on your side. So if you want to see it through, it can happen. There's a lot of creative energy moving through you, especially in terms of those of you who might want to bring forth new families on your side, especially the Jupiter transit moving through your 5th house. Children, growth in family, growth in love. If you want to look at your love life and expand in terms of being able to create a more solid partnership, that is also on your side. But if you want it, you have to ask for it. You have to put in the work, right? Or Capricorns, put the work in order to see it through. But it's not the same kind of work where you're lugging things up the mountain. You know better than to do that now. It's more the internal work, right? Go within, go through the process of the meditation, of the manifestation, in order to see through the new beginning that it is that you're trying to bring forth. But all in all, this moon is going to have you in a very positive place with yourself, a very confident, vibrant space with yourself. You know who you are, and you're ready to create it, and you're ready to show the world exactly what it is that you've got. So that's what I have for you when it comes to this full moon. It's a little short, and it's mainly because the energy is just so light, and it has a lot of forward movement. Okay, so let's get into the reading now. Okay, so Capricorn. Intuitively, I felt so much coming out for your advice with the Sacred Rebels Oracle deck. So here we've got your subject and some clarity on your subject. If we maybe pull this down a little bit. All right, Capricorn. So what do we've got? We've got the Six of Wands. So we've got two sixes going on here for the subject, along with the Page of Swords. That Six of Wands is screaming at me more than the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Wands is very loud. It's almost as if the Six of Pentacles and the Page of Wands are just simply here backing it up. It's very beautiful, very prominent. Victory. Not just you having some kind of victory, but you being victorious in the sense of other people being able to identify this victory that you have, this newfound light that's moving through you, like you're standing on the top of a Christmas tree, vibrant and beautiful. And what is backing you up is the fact that you're getting returns on your investments. What it is that feeds you, who feeds you, what feeds you, what keeps you in alignment. You're backed up now by so much abundance, so much more substance is sitting behind you. And then here we have this Page of Swords. People are talking about it. The conversations are coming up. I definitely think people reaching out to you during this full moon is a big thing. But most importantly, people are just talking about this victory, this shine that you've got going on, this sense of leadership that's moving through you. It's definitely a conversation piece. And it's also validating you. So people around you can be validating you as well, letting you know how great you are, making you feel better about yourself, making you feel more beautiful, more great. You know, people are reminding you how great you are and to celebrate yourself. So I would definitely say to lean on your conversations, because here we've got meeting, conversations, savoring the moment, friendship. This is memory, making memories, perception of the past, learning. So in general, we've got this big movement going on with how other people are giving to you during this full moon, during this new moon, and how that is adding to this fresh, vibrant energy that you're feeling. It's just a lot of confidence, like a burst of confidence moving through my chest. Like when I started this reading, I was kind of in a bit of a mood. And then as I'm moving through it, it's this bright light pushing through my chest even. So I imagine that the abundance that's going to be moving through you during this time. People and connections are really important. And you're going to be fed by other people. When it comes to this card as your healing point, this is one of my favorite cards because it's all about understanding your divine life path. And most importantly, it coincides with this card because it's all about understanding that your life path can also be one where you are seen in the spotlight, where the journey of who it is that you're going to be in the world is one of status, but not just status for the sake of status. Like again, people are looking at you. So your social media, your work, you're an artist or whatever it is that you do, you are in the spotlight, you are in the limelight. And that is where your healing comes from, because here we have your shadow as the Ace of Pentacles and the Sun. So you are concerned. So although there's all this movement and beautiful energy and all of these things in terms of what's going on, you're worried that you don't have a fresh and stable new beginning. And you're also concerned of being overly optimistic. You're scared that your optimism will put you in the wrong place. You're scared that your optimism will make it so that you kind of lead yourself in a space where maybe you're a little bit too naive, maybe. You're afraid of naivety. You don't want to go into situations feeling a little too confident. I would say in terms of compliments that people could be giving to you, you could be questioning them, you know. You're getting a lot of celebration, a lot of eyes on you, a lot of comments, a lot of love, a lot of things like that, but you're afraid that the ball's going to drop. You're scared that it's not stable, that it's not going to stay here permanently. And that's the fear that's running through you. Oh, I don't want to be too I'm a little nervous or not feeling so optimistic about all of this, and what if it stops, or what if it ends, or what if I don't deserve it, you know. So there's lipstick here on my card. But that's what's running through your shadow. It's a deep, deep fear of not being able to grasp this new powerful sense of optimism. And this is probably due to the past. And also the fact that you're embarking on things that are fresh and vibrant. Like, I just keep saying vibrant. Like, literally, it's a burst of powerful energy. Like it's funny that the sun is here in your shadow, because the sun is what I feel inside. And it makes it very clear to me that what it is that you're going to be feeling is you're going to question that feeling of the sun that's bursting through, this light, this newfound victory, the way that people are seeing you, the way that people are valuing you and giving you this attention and giving you this praise that, frankly, you deserve. And this is, again, a 2-week window, so it's all about this subject of you being this leader, of you having your victories, of you finally getting returns on your investments, of you being backed up, and of people being able to see it. You're having these conversations around it. How is it that you can have more, gain more? Who's here to help you? Who's here to bring things together, bring these partnerships and these unions? If you want to talk about things like, again, subjects with love, when it comes to this Capricorn new moon, many of you are going to be embarking on new partnerships. You're going to look at new lovers, and you want to see movement in these connections. You're going to finally be able to see where, if you invest in one place, people are going to want to give back to you. In terms of being a partner or someone that people are looking at as a potential partner, you are definitely at the top of the threshold. You're going to be shining bright with the energy of all of these Capricorn transits, and also this Capricorn new moon has you looking very, very appetizing and appealing to whoever it is whose eyes are on you. But again, they're here to actually give to you in a way that you deserve. It's no more you overgiving. The idea of overgiving is in the past, which makes sense why you're here in your shadow worried. It's like, oh, is this offer real? Is this love real? Is this money real? Is this job real? Is this praise real? Can I trust this throne that I'm sitting on? What if the ball drops? And whoever it is that you're connecting with, especially when it comes to friendships, work, or love, they're definitely seeing you in a very, very positive way. They see your potential. They see where you can go. They want to support where it is that you can go. They want to believe in what it is that your projects are. People are believing in you. They want to see through whatever it is that you want to bring forth. You are shining very vibrantly. And it's all very positive. But your positivity is the very thing that you're worried about. So here we have going on in your advice now. We've got beyond the mind, the heart beats. You're in your head. You're all in your head because you're afraid of this, the fear going on here, because this is a major arcana in your shadow. You're very afraid of, as I keep saying, blind optimism. But here we have your advice letting you know that you can literally have this optimism. It's not blind. You can focus on the light. Get out of your head. Get out of your head and trust in this new beginning. Focus strictly on what it is that you want. This divinity that you're feeling is definitely something that you deserve, and you don't have to question it. Because we have in the world, not of the world, but softly, softly, the tender touch. You're stepping out of the way that the world used to be. You're stepping out of the way you used to experience your experiences, especially for those of you who are, this reading resonates with you on a career level. In the world, not of the world, it's all about breaking free from the confines of traditionalism when it comes to how you work or how you make your money. It's being able to understand how you're in one place and also in another, how you have this beautiful equilibrium and balance when it comes to financial progression and also the progression of the personal self. So much of this feels like the progression of self. It's just the progression of self that's also being backed up by others. And so that is where your head is going to be in terms of being able to lift yourself from these chains and go easy on yourself. It's going to feel easy as well. It's not going to feel like, okay, boom, here the light comes out and all of a sudden you're in a whole new world, and it's a bit overstimulating because you guys can be a little bit cautious. It's a tender move. Okay, it's allowing yourself to let go of whatever it is that failed before. Go easy, most importantly, on you. Go easy on others. For some reason, I want to say go easy on others. So as all of these new people kind of show up, especially for those of you who are dealing with things with love, if someone is complimenting you, or they're telling you how they love you, or they're telling you how they want you, and they're telling you something more on the positive end, don't resist it. Release that hardness that you've had to develop in order to survive the year of healing, in order to survive the 15 years of development. Keep in mind, by the end of this moon transit, you will be out of Pluto. So this is all the final emotional push before the end of this transit. And it's beautiful. You can't want anything more when it comes to stepping out of that energy. This is moving you in a beautiful and bright space. It's like, that's the thing. The divine will break you down to then push you into the light. It's like walking through, kind of like in my devil video, where it's like walking through a tunnel into the light. And ironically enough, here we had the composition, right? The shadow. It's interesting how it ended up on this side. It's the shadows here, and then it moves into the light right here. The fear of that Ace of Pentacles, the fear of not being able to have the light yourself, and then here we are on the other side. Go easy on yourself. It's definitely a beautiful move. It's like cracking through a hard shell. Mud that has hardened around something, and it begins to crumble and break down. And there's emotion left. There you are. Sweet as you are. Humble as you are. Tender as you are. You've survived. You have survived. And people are seeing that. They see you. They finally see you. And they're backing you up. And they want to give to you. They're valuing you. They're loving you. And you're learning, again, from the past as well. Seeing how the past has made you who it is that you are. Learning to appreciate more about the things that you have been through as you continue to break off the different... Again, I just keep saying mud, hardened mud on the skin, or the cocoon that's falling off, or the skin that's shedding. It's like as everything continues to break, or like as if you were covered in concrete or something. It's like as everything continues to break off, you're learning to gain more appreciation for all the things that happened that got you to where it is that you are. But don't be anxious. You're okay. It's okay. You don't have to worry. It is a solid new beginning. You don't have to be afraid of this. It is as it is, and it's honest and it's true. It's honest and it's true. This is you. You are victorious. You did it. You got out. You finished it. You learned. You grew. You expanded. You evolved. You're here. You are here. For those of you that this is more of an internal thing, again, speak to other people. Even if you don't want to, even if it's just like, an internal awakening from the dark night of the soul, full spiritual progression of self. Having conversations with other people is going to make you feel a hell of a lot better. It's getting backed up for what it is that you know of yourself. Allow people to give to you. It's going to feel very, very good. Allow people to see you, to love you, love on you. It's going to expand this feeling like a vibrant light. Like you see this entire movement here, wrapping itself around you, the warm sun wrapping itself around you so you don't have to be afraid of it not being there. Talk, speak, learn how people see you in the positive way in which they're looking at you. It'll help change the way you've been looking at yourself in a more negative light. And it'll back you up. Not that you need the validation, right? Because if there's anything you guys have learned, especially many of you who have done this journey alone, You've been broken down into your own independence to learn how to have a strong, independent backbone. The kind of backbone where no matter what is going on around you, you are unshakable and unbreakable in the relationship you have with yourself. And that is something amazing to commemorate and celebrate. And for those of you that are in unions or relationships, or it's business partnerships or family unions or social groups, you guys are unbreakable. Your bond is solid. You are very strong within each other. The union is tight. And it feels very, very good. And it's like feeding each other. So I'm going to read your healing point. A way through the struggle has already been created for you. And you're being led. Remember, this is your healing point. Okay? Advice, subject, clarification on the subject, shadow, healing. A way through the struggle has already been created for you. And you are being led onto that path. Your authentic soul path may include recognition and acclaim. And we see here, recognition and acclaim, 6 of Wands. Notable success and admiration, 6 of Wands. Allow these people to clap for you. Allow the applause. Bring in the attention. Okay, for those of you who are on social media, you're going to be seeing a lot of attention, a lot of praise for what it is that you do and who it is that you are. For those of you within your communities, in your relationships, in your families, let people give to you. Let them praise you. Accept the accolades. Accept the crown. And then if you are in your own independent experience, accept the crown that you're going to give to yourself. Your guides are proud of you. The divine is proud of you. We are proud of you. I am proud of you. Be grateful. This is me continuing to read. Be grateful, but do not be dazzled or distracted by such experiences. Focus on what connects you to your heart and grounds you in the simplicity of spiritual truth, which is the practice of love, kindness, and peace. This will allow for successful progress in the material world without disturbing the sanctity of your soul. So that's one of the biggest things that I keep saying. This is all about material world. This is all about the way, because we got the 6 of Pentacles here with the 6 of Wands and the Page of Pentacles. People. It's all about people. This experience that you're going to be going through for this Capricorn new moon is other people, other things outside of you are going to be validating this feeling within you. Accept it. Bring it in. And also there's big movement financially as well because of the way in which you're understood, the way in which you're seen, the way in which you're appreciated, the way in which you're valued. There's a lot of big, but it's most importantly, it's returns on your investments. So anything that you've been investing in is going to flourish. And for some of you, it's going to flourish like greatly, like boom, like almost like a big turnaround that you're not expecting. You're being given to, you're being given the job, you're being given the accolades, you're being given the financial return. Anything that you've been working toward will flourish exponentially. Just get out of your head. Continue to focus on the light. And most importantly, it's going to happen in a way that you did not expect with this in the world, not of the world. Hyper emphasis on the fact that growth in the material world, this time around, you know how to deal with it. You see how both of their eyes are looking forward. They're in a deep sense of rest within themselves, even though she's full of accolades and attention and, you know, basically famous, right? She represents what it means to be somebody who's a star, who's seen in the public eye. But yet and still here she is laying down completely content in her own experience. She has this beam of light moving through her because she's well aware of her talents and her abilities and what it is that she can give to this experience or to others in order to be at this position. But she's in her own sense of contentment on her own, quite egoless, just following the path of her own divine narrative. Same thing here within the world, not of the world. She's surrounded by emotions, all of these fishes around her. She is this sea goddess, but then also functions in the day-to-day world. Both are in their own sense of contentment, not focused on what it is that they have, not focused on the materialism. They can do both. It's an organic, natural experience, not something that they're letting either get to their head or being too focused on. And that's the way it's going to feel for you. It's like the movement and the progression, the success is going to feel very natural. It's going to feel like a gift. It's something that, yes, you see it. Yes, it's in front of you. It's something that you are happy to have, right? There's a beautiful joy that comes along with it, but now you know how to deal with it. Your ego is out of it. You're not bum rushing it. You're just like, yeah, I deserve this. It's natural, it's organic, and you know how to navigate it now. To be in the world, not of the world. To experience the applause, but not be dependent on the applause. To get the validation and to accept the validation, but to not be codependent on the validation. To have the materials, but not to define the self by the materials. I'm so happy for you. I'm so proud of you. This is going to feel so good. Talk about one hell of a new beginning. It's like, welcome 2024, the 8-year, your year of karmic retribution, vindication, clarity, completion, and movement. I love you guys so much, and if you want to book a personal reading with me or personal healing, you guys have also been asking me some very interesting questions in email where you haven't necessarily been wanting the traditional reading. Some of you want some just one-on-one about some information you've seen in the videos and wanting to have some clarity on things that you've seen me talk about. That's also a thing as well. I'm going to add that service. I'm not sure what I'm going to call it yet. Maybe clarification or something like that, where it's just like a one-on-one, where we review some things running through your mind and you get some kind of advice. But these are all a part of the big things that are changing behind the scenes. There's a lot of change and a lot of movement happening. So that's why I've been a bit distant. I apologize. Keep in mind, I also have Capricorn placement, so I'm going through a lot of change and transformation myself. Most of the changes that I'm making with our collective are going to come into full fruition when Aqua season comes here, just because I'm doing so much of it behind the scenes. But I'm excited. I love you so much. Ciao.